Hey guys, BrickWizard59 here, and today it's time for episode 2 of building a Lego city. And today, of course, is definitely going to be a pretty fun episode, as today we're going to be taking a look at how to build buildings. As this is probably tied for the most important part of a city is, of course, other than roads, buildings. So, this is going to be a bit more of a longer episode because there is definitely quite a bit to cover, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so there are two types of buildings that you can build. You have open-ended buildings, where you basically have the backside open for more accessibility to the inside. And those are buildings which you definitely see a lot in Lego City theme. And then there are modular buildings, where the whole sides are covered, and then each floor actually just removes by itself. So those are the two types of buildings that are exist in Lego. And basically, for each building, you can either do a custom open-ended building, or you can buy an open-ended building set, which is like retail. And then for modular building, you can either do a custom modular building, or do a open-ended modular building. So basically what we're going to do is first off just take a look at the open-ended buildings, custom versus sets, and then we'll just take a look at modular buildings, custom versus set. And at the very end, of course, I will give you the final rating of which is the best. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first type of building is once again the open-ended building, where you have the backside open. This is seen quite a bit in the Lego City line. And basically, if you are looking for retail, so that's where we're going to start off. So one way you can get open-ended buildings is, of course, through retail, which is buying Lego sets. Now, the themes I would definitely go for is Lego City, as that's the most common and easiest. There are also a few other themes like Friends and Superheroes, which do have a couple of buildings, but City would definitely be the place to go. But the only problem with that is, of course, cost, as Lego City buildings usually go for anywhere from $50 all the way to $200 plus if you're looking to buy multiple buildings. And definitely, depending on the size of your Lego City, you buy like 4 or 5 buildings, you're already at that $200 mark. And if you're buying multiples, you're going to be, of course, $300. So it definitely isn't cheap, and definitely requires a decent bit of budget to work on getting buildings like that. So it definitely, if you don't have the time to make your own custom buildings, but you do have a decent bit of a budget, you should definitely go for those. Plus, you of course have the backside open, so you can really have accessibility. You have some nice scenes in the back. The only problem is when you're actually trying to display all the buildings, and you don't want the backside to be seen. It's going to be difficult because then you'll have to either have all your buildings facing forward or sideways, which isn't really how a normal Lego city or a normal city in general would work. So definitely you do run into that problem. There are, of course, a few ways you could fix that. You could put 2 back to back, therefore covering the backside of each. Or you can, of course, just have all your buildings facing forward, which isn't a terrible idea, but, you know, it works. So that is the first way. What you can also do for open-ended buildings is make them custom. Now, this is probably the cheaper of the two, for the reason that bricks definitely are cheaper buying bulk bricks than buying just sets. For example, a average Lego 1x4 brick in tan or gray goes anywhere from around 6 to 8 cents, which isn't too expensive. Especially, I have been recently making orders of around 300 bricks, 400 bricks in the 1x4 for tan, and they come out to like $30, $40 at most. So it's definitely cheaper, and a $400 or 40 or 400 bricks should definitely get you 2, maybe even 3 buildings depending on your size. So definitely it's a cheaper way to go. Plus doors and windows don't cost as much either. They're of course all under 10 cents too, depending on the store. So definitely you can get a good two buildings if you want to do double story, three buildings if you want to do single story with just custom and buying bricks for around $50, $60. So that comes out to around $20 per building. So it's definitely much cheaper. The only downside to the custom buildings, making custom open-ended buildings, is of course that it will of course require more time. Sometimes stores might not have all the parts, so you'll have to go to multiple stores, and then you'll have to also put a bit of time and effort into building. Plus, you kind of have to have a planned layout of exactly what you want to build, so you can actually order the right amount of parts and not overpay or get less and have to pay more later. So those are a few of the cons, but definitely lower budget wise, making open-ended custom buildings would definitely work out better. If you don't have that time and effort but do have a decent bit of a budget, definitely go for Lego sets in the city, superheroes, or friends line. Alright, and the second way to make buildings is of course in the modular style, where all sides are covered but you can remove each section floor by floor. Alright, so to start off, the first way is of course through Lego sets. Now the only theme you can actually buy modular buildings is in the Lego Creator Expert line. Or this was actually previously also the Lego Factory line. And basically each building, depending on the year, as of now we have around 3 buildings. We have the pet shop, which is $150. We have the detective's office, which I believe is $170, and same with the brick bank, which is $170. So this is definitely where the problem comes in for some of the low budget city builders, for the reason that of course $170 for one building definitely is pricey, especially if you have a huge city and you want to have just modulars. 10, 20, it's already off the charts in terms of price. So it definitely gets tough in terms of making modulars in your city. So definitely, if you have the budget, you can go ahead and get the modulars. The only problem is that there are only 2 to 3 modulars out at a time. When a new one comes out, a previous one is retired. So you're definitely going to have to wait. If you have that budget, you still have to wait until the new modulars come out. So you'll only have like 2, 3 at a time. And if you're trying to get the retired ones, they skyrocket in price, going $400, $500, even up to $1,000 or more. So definitely, it's difficult to buy every modular out there. So either way, you're going to eventually have to either build customs or convert to open-ended buildings, as there is no way you can build a city just out of modular sets, because there really haven't been that many released over the years. So that is retail. Now, the more affordable way to make modulars, which is what I do, is through Legos or through customs. As you can see, all these modulars here are all custom made by me. So basically, what this is pretty similar to the open-ended buildings, except you do have to get parts for the back. And even though that might not look like a lot, it definitely does get expensive, especially when you have just plain brick on the back. But it definitely works out pretty well. So basically, as I had said before, 400 bricks would get you like 2 to 3 open-ended buildings. For modulars, it could, depending on your size. If you want to make one like the Hilton Hotel, which is a 5-story building, you'll probably need all 400 bricks, if not more. And that cost me around $120, and that is pretty much 2 stories taller than the modular. And so basically, definitely you can make modulars custom a lot cheaper. And then moving along, we got the police station. That also was in the low 100s. And it is about half a base plate longer than than a modular building. Maybe a little shorter, but definitely still has more brick. So definitely custom buildings, it will cost you anywhere from, for example, I do have the Dunkin' Donuts over there. That cost me like $60, maybe $70. So it can anywhere cost you from 60, 70, all the way to like 120, 130 if you want to make a 5-story building. So definitely that is the way to go if you have a decent sized budget, and also that really helps because you can make your own. You don't have to wait every year for a modular to come out. Alright, so there you go. Those are the ways you can make buildings for your Lego city. So just to recap, you can have open-ended buildings. You can buy sets for open-ended buildings, which are found in mostly city, or you can make a custom open-ended buildings, which will give you 400 bricks, around $40, $50. You can make at least 2, if not 3. Then there are modular buildings, where you can find in the creator expert line if you want to buy sets, or you can go custom and it'll cost you anywhere from $70 to $120 to make a building depending on the size. So all in all, there are definitely some great ways. It really matters on the builder, what they like. Now, if I were a low budget builder, I would definitely go with open-ended custom buildings because they cost you 20, $30. You can make a good sized 2-3 story open-ended building, and therefore you can really have a lot of buildings in your city. So low budget builders would definitely go to that. If you are a decent sized budget, so maybe you're a teen and maybe have some sort of small income, or if you do a lot of chores, then you can definitely either go for Lego City sets. But if you don't like open-ended buildings, you can probably start doing custom Lego modulars, except in a bit of a smaller size, like seen with the Dunkin' Donuts. If you have a decent-sized budget, like you are probably a fall or maybe even a T-fall, then you can definitely go for custom modulars like I do. And if you have a really good budget and can afford buying like $500-$670 buildings, definitely go and do that, as your city will definitely look really good with those modulars. But there you go. So those are all the ways. And though I just told you of all the types of budgets and what they should be recommended. Alright, so that's going to do it for episode 2 of building a Lego city. If you haven't seen my previous episode, which is all on building roads, definitely check it out. The next episode will probably be another fun one. It's going to be Lego vehicles, as you might not think about it, but vehicles definitely do start piling up. $30 per vehicle, and over time, depending on the size of your city, you will definitely be spending a bit of money on vehicles. And also in a future episode, definitely you will be seeing minifigures, how to get minifigures to populate your city. And it may not seem that expensive, as it's maybe $2-3 per city minifigure, but when you want to go in the hundreds, maybe 80s, hundreds, definitely it does start getting a bit pricey. So stay tuned for those 2 episodes coming in the next 2 weeks, and stay tuned for more videos coming very soon. So this is Brick Wizard 59. I want to thank you so much for watching. Definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't want to miss any more episodes. Also check out reviews of all of these Lego custom modulars, which will be in my custom modular building playlist. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is Brick Wizard 59, and I'll see you all next time.